We're recording it. We have to record it.
We have 3 cases before us tonight. We conduct our meetings as well as the petitioners come up to the podium. We'll swear them in, their name and address, and we'll swear them in. All testimony is taken under oath. Anybody in the audience that has a question pertaining to their particular case, we ask you to raise your hand. You could stay by your seat, but we will ask you again for your name and address. We'll swear you in as all testimony is taken under oath. Okay? Roll call, please.
Member Alfonso? Here. Ramsey?
Here.
Member Pat? Member O'Brien?
Here.
Member Johnson?
Here.
Member Castaneda?
Here.
Chairman Spizega?
Here. Next, we have to approve our minutes from our January 8th meeting. Does anybody have any changes?
I've got 2 changes, one on page 3 and one on page 6. The one on page 3 is to vote at the top of the page. They left me out. So it should be ayes 5, and I should be on the aye. Second one is on page 6. The ayes at the bottom should be 6. Those are the only changes I have.
Anybody else? I've got one on page 2. Member Castaneda. She made a motion to approve the minutes, and she also seconded,
Oh,
and I don't think she can do
I definitely,
Who was our second?
no.
that. And I don't know who seconded that meeting.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
yeah, or the Zoom.
I think there was a second.
Member O'Brien, you're gonna second him for that meeting? Okay. Okay, with those changes, so we have a roll call, please.
Yeah.
So, reading a motion to approve
I'll make a point. As correct.
as corrected. Member O'Brien,
Second.
second member Bransky.
Member Alfonso?
Abstain.
Member Ramsey?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, next question, is anybody here that has something they want to bring up that is not on the agenda tonight? Okay. First case is case number 2602, a variance for bulk and dimensional standards at 178th Street, Gulfview. And the petitioner has asked that to be continued. So I'll need a motion and a second to continue. And second,
Second.
member Castaneda. Roll call.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Next case is case 2603, a special use permit for an indoor commercial place of assembly at 2000 West 183rd Street. The applicant is Monique Gill. Asking for a special use permit at that particular location. This has been published in the February 11th edition of the Daily South Town. Have we gotten any comments from any neighbors? No. Request for a special use. And is petitioner here, Monique? Like to come up to the podium, please. State your name and address for the record, please.
Monique Gill, 10247 South Oakley Avenue, Chicago, Illinois, 60643.
If you raise your right hand, it's where the testimony you're going to give is going to be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. So you're requesting a special use permit at that location for a proposed fitness studio. In a space approximately 2,348 square feet to operate an infrared fitness studio. You plan on having 10 workout saunas. And we'll go through the rest of it. I'll have you go tell us in your own words what you would like to do there, please.
Yeah, so my sisters and I, we are franchisees of Potworks. It's a brand that started maybe about 7 years ago, and it has over 800 locations. We're in business together. We opened up our first location in the city of Chicago a little over a year ago, in the Mount Greenwood area. So we want to bring that to Highwood, to Homewood. What it is a 24-hour infrared fitness studio where you are working out in individual saunas. So it's combining the benefits of infrared, heat, but then also exercise to get that maximum burn, but also getting the benefits of infrared.
You plan on having how many spaces?
So we are currently scoping for 10 saunas. So they're individual pods that fit up to 3 people. It is 24 hours, but it's also virtual led, so we don't have actual instructors in there. So somebody that's trying to work out, they can book a sauna, and then the instruction is actually on a TV inside of the sauna.
So if they're in the sauna and they have a question, is there someone that they can talk to?
We have unstaffed and staffed hours. So staffed hours are from Monday to Thursday, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Friday 9 to 6, and Saturday 9 to 2. Membership it is a subscription base, so members actually get 24-hour access to the studio. They get an app where they can download and actually book the sessions. So during staffed hours, yes, we are there to serve customers, clean and do things like that. When we're not there, typically people are just working out. We do have emergency pendants in there when they're not, when we are not staffed. There's an emergency button, and then there's a pendant that they can grab if they want just that extra comfort from being there without us.
Can you explain Potworks is something new, correct?
It's new-ish, it's been around in the US for about 7 years.
Can you explain to the audience and to the board what exactly it is?
Yeah, sure. So it's 24-hour infrared fitness. So what it is it's combining the benefits of infrared heat. So you get benefits such as muscle recovery, skin elasticity, lower blood pressure, joint health, things like that. But then it's taking that plus heat and exercise to basically give you more burn, and lower time. But also the real differentiating factor is the infrared.
Okay, and the sauna part, are you actually in a tub of water?
No, it is a dry sauna, so we use infrared heat, so it's actually, we ceramic heaters at the bottom and then infrared plates around the top. She's showing some pictures there on the side, so you can kind of see what it looks like. So it is a dry heat. There is no water involved, no steam involved. It's just the heat from the infrared.
Okay, and in the information you provide us, you can have up to 3 people in there.
Yes, in each sauna, it is room for 3 people. And you can book it in the app, so members get access to, an app that they download. You can book sessions and kind of see how many people are in each sauna, when you book it. And then you just kind of go in and follow along with the instructions.
I know on one of those slides, yeah, so we're actually sitting on lights, looking out.
Yes, so total, we offer 12 different classes, so you can do a yoga, a stretch, or Pilates. Those classes are 30 minutes, 30 minute long. Then we have 3 saunas that are dedicated to HIIT workouts, so that is cycling, like a total body workout, it's kind of like a little bit like an elliptical, and then we have a rower. So 3 saunas have machines. The other ones are empty, and you're just working out with the mat and towel and doing yoga or Pilates.
And you have weights in there also.
Yes, in the back, is called our FX zone, so it's a functional workout area, typical boutique gym style. It's not heated, and that's just to kind of supplement your isometric, all of your workouts that are static.
So you have a choice of being in the heated sauna or outside of that,
Yes.
just in a big empty space.
Yeah, it's an empty space. We have free weights, a cable machine, and there's mirrors and kettlebells and things like that, ropes if you wanted to do some of that training. There's also, all of the saunas are individually controlled. You can actually control your temperature as well. The saunas go up to 130 degrees, but you but you can control it and kind of work your way up to that if you're not ready. So it's completely customized.
So you provide a fork so you know when you're done.
No, well, we do encourage people to, go at their own pace. None of our classes are meant to be mastered. They're meant to meet you where you are and make you stronger.
Interesting.
It is a unique concept, and we've gotten, we've done well. Like I said, we opened our first one last year, in the city closer to where we live. And the community and the response we're getting, just from having something like that out south. I mean, honestly, the closest location, to here, there's one in Mokina. There's one in Cherville, Indiana. Then there's us in Mount Greenwood, and then downtown Chicago and River North.
And you're one of the owners and organizers.
I'm one of the franchisees, yes. Yes. And my sister's here, she's also an owner.
All right, we'll start with member Alfonso. Do you have any questions or comments?
So the infrared is for inflammation, it's for, what is the benefit?
So the benefit of infrared, so you're heating your core body temperature is being heated from the inside out. So it's actually energy heating your cells, right? So it's different from like a steam sauna where you're just getting hot, like from this side, and your skin is sweating. This one, your core is heating up first. So that has, like you said, it's inflammation, lower blood pressure, helps with skin elasticity, stress relief. Yeah,
There's
a lot of great,
talk about the
yes.
elasticity and do you have the masks and stuff for your face?
We do not. I do not. I know people with with that, with the red light therapy. This is actually not red light therapy. It's a little different.
Okay.
But it is infrared energy with some of some similar benefits.
We have that several. My husband is really into this. For his knee. And, pardon? Anyway, so how hot does it get? You said 130 degrees.
130 degrees is the max. Typical saunas, like if you go to a med spa or another spa, if you're just sitting there, they can go up to 160. But we're not trying to hurt
Right.
nobody. So,
So,
yeah.
so someone, might have a problem. who's in one of these spots. An emergency, call if you're having a problem with the heat or you're passing out or something.
Yes, so when we're not there, when the staff is not there, there are emergency pendants that you wear them as a necklace, almost like one of those.
Oh, yeah, like.
Yes.
I fall and I can't
Yes,
get up. Yeah.
yes, so you can hit that and it will actually dispatch, it will call 911 and someone will come over the intercom of the whole studio. And that, I mean, we tell people to grab that even if, you know, they're feeling uncomfortable, like, I don't like who came into the gym with me today, right? So just grab it,
Yeah, that's.
just
that's
in
an
case.
interesting,
Yeah.
Approach to this. So. Anyone who comes into this 24 hours. and it's
Members
just
only, yes.
Members only, so. Security, you know, how secure do you feel with the other members?
Yeah, so I mean, that's totally up to that person. We have not had any incidents in our other studio yet. We have so the door is locked at all times. Members get access, they have an app on their phone where they can just tap the door and unlock it. Even when staff is there, the door is locked. We do schedule appointments for guests, for people who are interested. Everyone's first workout is free just to try it out. So our staff is making appointments with potential members, but it's still locked. Like they actually have to ring a doorbell to come in and somebody will unlock the door. We do have 24-hour cameras too. So we have about 6 or 7 cameras, one outside and then several throughout the studio for security purposes.
Okay, and then how many, what do you call them, saunas?
Yeah, saunas, yep,
How many are you planning? 10?
10.
And that could be potentially 30. In
Correct.
facility at a time, in addition to people in or not in the saunas.
Correct, yes.
And how many people could that?
I would say about maybe 3 to 5. It's not very big. It's still a very boutique, small gym.
And then I forgot that shower. Yep.
Yes, we'll have 2 bathrooms, ADA accessible and 1 with a shower.
Well, that's like a very interesting concept. Thank you.
Member Grant.
I got a couple of questions. So front door entry, got the phone app. Is there be a 2-door entryway or is it 1 door off?
1 door off the street, we will have a second egress and into the alley. But members should only be entering in the front door. And I didn't mention there's the app, but then we also give them a backup PIN code that they can just type into the.
Yeah. All right. Got it.
Until it doesn't, yeah.
So what kind of arrangement does this franchise required to make, if any, with local emergency services? So there's got 24/7 potential coverage, people hitting the pendant because they're not feeling good. We see an increase in traffic of emergency services. So what kind of arrangements are you guys required to make or not required to make?
We have not We have not had to make any special arrangements. It works similar to like an ADT system where it's dispatch, you would talk to someone at a dispatch center and then they would, if it's actually an emergency, they will dispatch the police or fire.
Question for staff. Staff is police department or fire department viewed this at all? Because I'm sure that it on 24/7 at second, third shifts or
There would be, a-
lighter resources, so.
No, we have not.
there would be a lockbox on the outside that the fire department has.
Yeah, but still, resources or coverage. Police and fire,
I
like
think we should
typically,
probably see.
questions asked. Then you say these things turn over in about 30 minutes and they're ready for the next person.
Yeah, the classes, the core of the class is 30 minutes, but it also includes a warm up and a cool down. So the classes are scheduled in 45-minute blocks, just to give time for that transition.
So I was just gonna, that was my quick point of my question, was the frequency of any cleanup or any sanitation.
So when staff is there, they are cleaning in between sessions. It's like a wipe down. If it's a machine use, they do wipe down between sessions. Even as a member, once you get off the bike, you are expected to wipe down your equipment. Staff also does it just in case some people miss it. So they do wipe down equipment. The whole studio is cleaned at least twice a day during open and closing.
That's like,
Member O'Brien.
Interesting concept.
Hmm.
What is the size? Oh,
They are about, maybe about 10 by. I don't know the answer off the top of my head. You know,
Doesn't give a size on their information.
yeah, I can get that for you. I believe they're like 10 by 7 boxes, 10 feet by 7.
10 feet, 7 feet wide.
Yes. Or somewhere around that number.
Are you aware of any facilities in the general area that you mentioned that are not 24 hours?
That are not 24 hours, that are fitness. So I do know there's just in downtown, I think I'm familiar with, there's a cycling studio. I think there's a yoga studio across the street. I don't think they're 24 hours. I haven't seen any really that are 20.
Does it have to be 24 hours? Can it be less than?
Franchise requirement is 24 hours. It's part of the business model.
We've had different entrepreneurs come before us, different applicants for different types of studios, salons, etc. Question 24 hours. We have not been amenable to that. Merely to protect the bedroom community, if you will, as opposed to a 24-hour capacity. The only 24-hour facilities in time, I asked the question a couple of months ago, is the casino and the suites, which is a neighbor of the casino in the Halsted Court. Is that
Well,
correct?
only a short couple of years ago, there was the
I'm sorry?
24-hour fitness across the street from this place. It's now the vet clinic.
The State Fit 24 that was for the veterinary clinics, that was 24 hours. That was the same concept.
Maybe it's a thinking.
The one else.
No, on
16.
pretty sure. And the veterinary clinics down across from this one, yeah. Directly across. the street.
I didn't think we gave
Or with
24
that.
hours.
State Fit 24. This exact cost.
It's not there.
No, it's not there anymore, there's veterinary clinic now. Oh, yes, there's great.
My name's Daryl, I'm the landlord of space. So, speak business that you state.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So, I can answer some of the questions that you have, right? But I'm all here also. Speak on business representative.
Yeah.
It's not that huge.
It's okay. And while he's coming up, I think I'll just mention too, that the reason that 24-hour is the model of how it works is because we want to give people access and flexibility. So that is why it's 24 hours. That's why the classes are shorter. Because it gives people who are working and working during regular hours to come when they can. So it's just providing more access and flexibility for people who wouldn't be able to work out.
And can we get your name and address, sir?
My name is Daryl Hall, live at 26349 South Route Drive, 8th Street, Illinois.
Can you swear the testimony you're gonna give is going to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
And what is your affiliation?
I've worked for the Hoagland family, the family video business for over 15 years. The fourth generation, they own 700 properties in 20 states. Every family video that you've seen is owned by the same family, and I speak to the owner on a daily basis. I worked once upon a time at what is now the animal clinic. I think it's Heartland Vet, I do believe is what it is. Used to be the family video there on the east
right.
corner before family video moved over into the former Hollywood video. So my company I work for owns both buildings. I've been the leasing agent working closely with Monica and her sister and the entire franchise team at Hotworks for the last 6 months in preparation for this deal. I've lots to say, but I can just answer your questions if you like. We've done a very vigorous vetting of her and her financial background and her business and their locations, and feel that they're a strong operator for the space. I feel that over the last 5 years that it's been a vacant space when the family video closed. Most of the people that approach us are what I consider not very glamorous uses like smoke shops, no disrespect to anyone who may, but smoke shops, convenience stores, gaming situations, event halls, things like that is what we've primarily gotten as uses. Been very pleased that they approached us about leasing out the space. I think there'll be a great co-use with the Midwest Express Urgent Care that'll be going in next to them to fill this building in a prominent corner of your city. As far as the Stay Fit that was across the street, very, very similar to their concept. They had free weight machines, staffed 9 to 5, Monday through Saturday, I do believe. Other than that, they were open 24 hours for people to be able to come in and use free weights, lifting heavy weights. I went there myself. We looked on record while they were open for a number of years. We did not have one single emergency after hours call that facilitated any city resources to support it. We had zero issues whatsoever of security as far as people coming into the space with the single door, with using a key fob system, very similar to your app system, letting themselves in during an unmanned times. Never had a security issue, had multiple cameras throughout the space. We actually operated that gym as landlords, so we had firsthand knowledge of everything that happened in there. Never once had a security situation or a safety situation that we used any of the city's resources. Last thing I like to say is I know parking is somewhat of a concern, being that we're owners of the adjacent parcel right there. We own both. They have free rights to be able to use parking anytime. The vet is obviously not 9 to 5, so that parking lot is closed many of the times. The other businesses that are there are also quick use services. They're not like a laundromat or someone's going to be there for hours. It's an urgent care for the most part. Their stop should be urgent in and out of there. And then we have Marco's Pizza with no sit down restaurants. So everything in and that is basically a pickup and go. So we feel that this is a co-use that's great for the center, meets the parking needs, meets the other tenants. It's good for the community. And I feel it would be a great fit. We feel that she's a strong operator. Welcome to answer any of the questions that you guys have. If you can go back to some of yours if you
Thank you.
Yep.
I don't have a problem with anything that you said. But my concern is homework. I don't recall the 24-hour. But I would say, I would guess that it was
Yeah.
Okay.
The deal might have been signed, but
The casino is it's considered an economic engine for the village of Biz. And it's attracting, and it's connected with, and it's stimulated other businesses. More recently, in the last few years, we've had at least 6 applicants come in requesting 24-hour different salon applications, whether it be nails, hair, whatever they may be. Even that tattoo, like, we have turned them all down because of our inclination to protect the bedroom community. Period. This is a variation on a theme. 24-hour operation. It is not a non, as all those other. This is a corporate, national corporation, a franchise. And we don't have a particular policy as yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, regarding 24-hour operations. No. It would be a hard policy to write. I mean, inclusions need exclusions, et cetera, et cetera. So that is the reason that we have within our ordinance special use permits to be able to control, depending upon the applicant, the business, whatever, and the impact on locally in the neighborhood, on other businesses, village in general. Where these other applicants that apply, 183rd Street, Martin Avenue, Ridge, Cherry Creek Plaza, etc. It would diminish the bedroom community. Another attendant question regarding that, which is not a direct cost, but in the special use standards, the second question is, will the special use be detrimental to the economic welfare of the community? This is a very positive answer and doesn't take into consideration that in a municipality, you have industrial, commercial, and residential, as you know, and there's a different service, municipal service that is provided to each of those. And there's a cost associated with those. And the largest, because of the density, is the residential. The industrial is different by its nature. And then there's commercial. And right now, business is done, just for sake of discussion, 9 to 5. And then we have the entertainment, and we have restaurants that go, like, say, from 5 to 10. And then everything sort of quiets and shuts down. By introducing these 24-hour operations throughout the village, we would change the character of the village. And I'm just wondering, that's my opinion, that we shouldn't do that.
My statement to that would be, I think it lasts in staff.
I think it's the staffed hours are, those hours are there because that is our peak capacity. The 24-hour is for access and flexibility. And for those people who are working different shifts who wouldn't be able to make a 6 o'clock class at another gym. You know, that's open, right? Because some other studios are closing down or they have specific hours, right? So you're missing a whole lot of people who cannot otherwise do something like this, unless they do it. So that is kind of the general, vision is, and the workouts are short. So even if, you know, it's different from a 24-hour bar other use. You're going in, we don't have loud music. It's not like a Peloton studio where it's loud and banging and it's a club atmosphere, right? You're going in an individual personal sauna. So it's very quiet. And then there's not a ton of traffic at night. Again, it's just for accessibility and access. But that doesn't mean there's 35 people in the studio at 2 a.m.
I don't have any more questions this time.
And Johnson.
Yeah, my question sort of off of Bill, Brian just said was a little bit more nuanced, and that is my concern 24/7 businesses and the ones that we have accepted and the ones that we rejected primarily involved situations where the business was next to a residential area, homes or apartments, opening up a business apartment building, and there's lots of activity around the residents. That was my concern. I don't think we could legally prohibit someone from just solely on a 24/7 basis from operating a business in this particular district, transition district. Anyway, so certainly my preference would be short hours. I think as a matter of, because of the location, where it presents less of a problem because it's not in a residential area per se. It's sort of down the street. Actually, it's across the street from an apartment building where other location where right, that's next door. So you're not even in a residential section there. So I think that's you know where I stand, the 24/7. But I did have one other question. I think I might not cover it. Thank you for the additional information. That is the build out and the HVAC and all that. Can you give us some more information about how that's going to occur?
Yep.
And then, lest I forget, the dispatch, you had mentioned that there's a 24/7 dispatch service, is that right? We all have had experiences with dispatch services where they don't pick up the phone. There's not someone there. Can you give us some information about who? We don't need to have to know their names, but
yep.
Reputational. Why did you choose?
Yes. So I'll start with that question and go back to the build out. So for security, all of our everything, because it's a franchise, we are governed by certain standards and guidelines, right? So they tell us what vendors we can work with as far as security and monitoring and things like that. So the company that controls the door system and the cameras is called Brevo, and they are responsible for the dispatch. That system is tested. We test it once a month to make sure that, you know, when they hit the button, something actually happens. At the other studio. So that's kind of the standard. And then we get access to the cameras as owners, if we need to research an incident or anything like that, or just kind of checking on things. But it's called Brevo. I don't have a contact name, but that's the company. For build out, so it is a white box, and I think they have another tenant, Midwest Express, that's coming in who put up a demising wall. So right now it's one large space that will be divided into two. Right now we're going through just preliminary drawings and layouts, but we will hire a general contractor and architect who will build out the construction drawings and the ABP plans. Pretty standard build out. It's, all the saunas are, they're patented, so they come in and they assemble them. And they're just dropped into space. So really the build out is painting, flooring. The biggest part of that will be bathrooms, will have to be built. HVAC, because it is sauna and it gives off a lot of heat, we do require some additional cooling. So we are actually replacing the HVAC unit at that building and then having additional units inside, like split units inside to make sure that the heat from the saunas are counteracted. So it actually still feels comfortable when you're just in there. It does require upgraded electricity, so it's a 400 amp panel that they already have in the building that will be relocated to our side. And then everything else is cosmetic.
Angela, this is obviously building code, fire department, all of that. They're gonna have to go through that process.
We've already been in discussion the last 3 months of meeting their needs on specifically the HVAC requirements that they need and the electrical upgrade. We'll work in conjunction with them, with our full construction team, supporting her in any way possible, making sure that they increase the HVAC that she needs and then upgrade that. So we'll work in conjunction with her team, with modeling the building that's needed, approving all plans on our ends, with landlords, for engineers and structural things like that, before it gets submitted to you guys in the city here if necessary.
So a bunch of my questions have already been answered. So I read the narratives you submitted. I watched a few YouTube videos. Like, just when you think you've seen it all in terms of gym concepts, but so yeah, the first thing I thought of was all the sweat that would result. So my question, sanitation that was asked down there, and also to HVAC with all the humidity and stuff like that. And I'm sure that you've been talking with the building department and everything like that. I guess the only other question I have that was sort of that was starting to be answered, but in terms of more like concrete approximate percentages, if you had to hazard a guess of the number of people that typically use the facilities outside of the like 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. So that like 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. How many people, what percentage of your members would actually be buzzing in and using the facilities then?
I was during the normal staff hours.
Like outside of that,
Like 10 p.m.
Oh,
Yeah.
outside of that.
Mhm.
I would say, I mean, definitely less than 10%, but remember the classes are short, so the whole concept is get in and get out. So, and because, so you may have some overlap, right? There's not, so at any given time, you could have, I'm trying to do my math in my head, so I'm like, so if we had, a couple hundred members, yeah, 10 to 20, and it's really depends, depends
Not
on
everyone's
schedule
gonna work out every
and the
day.
day. And even with that, it is membership based and it's subscription based. Like I've had a Planet Fitness subscription for 10 years and I haven't gone in, so people,
Yeah.
so just because that the members are there, they're not actually coming, right? So yeah, there's a percentage of error there.
Yeah. Okay.
But, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, just in summary too, I mean, I think that people who are using gyms in their hometown, so I don't necessarily think this goes against the whole value of Homewood as a bedroom community. The people who live in Homewood are the types of people who would be coming and using this space, coming off of second shift. If you're a nurse and you work till 11 p.m., you're gonna come home and do a quick workout, maybe. Those brave people that can do that late, those are the types of people, I think, that people getting off work or going into work, that's, the types of people who'd be using a business like this. I don't necessarily think it goes against the concept of a bedroom community. It's a business that those residents are using.
By the way, just one point of clarification. These things are, this is not a new concept.
Working out in a sauna?
Working out.
Yeah, it's,
Yes. that is-
Well, not necessarily, because I think there's one in Flossmoor. Hot yoga. But they're all over California.
Well,
they're
hot,
over-
so hot yoga is different because,
Yeah.
but again, this is infrared, so
Right.
that is.
Right, exactly, but the sauna type workout itself. Certainly red, it's not a concept,
Yeah.
it's used.
The-
Gyms all across the country.
I feel like the pod concept is unique.
Yes.
Working in a little pod
Yeah,
with
yeah.
a couple of your girlfriends kind of thing seems kind of something I hadn't heard.
Well, I'm only speaking from a health standpoint.
Sure, yeah.
You know, it's not like, okay, we're concerned, people are dying, these things, they better run.
I guess the last thing I'd say is about, late night crowd coming in and concerns with that. To your guys' exact, people you're gonna have come use this late night aren't exercising, are working out. They're taking care of the bodies, they're not going to the bars, they're not going to the casino at 4 AM. They're coming. These are the types of people that probably even citizens make some deductions here, but, are health conscious, things like that. So these are the people that can use a fitness facility late night, not slot machines.
No, I mean, I think this is the type of use, it's not too traffic heavy, it's a good location for it. Yeah, I don't know, of any more questions or comments.
Is anybody in the audience?
I've got two follow-up
Yeah, go ahead.
questions, if I get
Hmm.
some
Hmm.
time. Just a coattail on comments about the use, in the materials that were submitted by you for anticipated capacity. You have that, handy, it's not very clear, and I think that's why you had a couple questions on it, could walk us through it. You've got for your anticipated average peak capacity, this is on page 23 of our packet. 12 to 18 users. Is that, and you have the peak hours as being the example of 5 to 8 PM. So you're saying in those 3 hours, all you're gonna have is 12 to 18 folks come in?
At one time,
Or-
yes. Because again, it's over a 3 hour period. The classes are only 45 minutes, and then some classes are 15 minutes, so there's a lot of turnover.
Okay, so that is 12 to 18 is multiple. Could be cycled through that 12 to 18 3 times in that 3 hour period, is what you're saying.
Correct, yes.
Okay, so I was wondering how you got to that 80 to 100 visits in a 24-hour period. So I'm thinking about the intersection there. Dixie and 103rd is one of the densest intersections in our downtown. You're sharing the space, that lot is gonna be sharing with pizza place, so their peak hours are your peak hours. If you're saying 5 to 8. So you've got a heck of a lot of traffic coming through there, in short visits, because I would imagine that running in to pick up pizza is a few minutes, maybe 10, maybe 15 at the worst. And you're gonna have a lot of traffic flow, people wanting to come in, potentially get changed, get through their workout, and then get out. And that is, the entrances are very close to the intersection, on both the Dixie side and the 183rd side. One of my concerns is the density that you're gonna be adding to that traffic, at rush hour, which is, as we all know, not good as it is. I gotta get more question for staff. Is there any process to get the exits there to be right turn only? So you don't have any people trying to make left turns across 4 lanes of traffic on 183rd or across the 2 lanes on, 2.5 lanes on Dixie?
I think none of them. You're right, well, 183rd, none of them are.
No, that's not until you cross Harwood and you get to, Kirshner.
Yeah,
Technically,
but on that-
technically you're supposed to be a right turn only,
On
but
that
not
stretch,
everybody
they're all
follows it.
directions.
Cause I think the police and fire department could probably provide the supporting evidence that, that's a pretty high accident intersection as it is. And now you're gonna have this scramble of people between 5 and 8. And you're talking potentially 12 to 18, so let's just say 20 people per hour, so 60 cars plus what's coming in and out of the pizza place in those hours. That's a heck of a lot of traffic getting into that parking lot. On 2 entrances on the busiest intersection of downtown. Oakland.
I think we'd be open if
But yeah, we can look at it.
studies were done, we could put the left turns during certain hours,
Yeah, we
put
can look
signage
at
up or
that
something.
very much.
For some reason, I think there is a sign on the one that goes onto Dixie that says no left turn.
Yeah, I can't remember if there was
You
one there or
feel
not.
that there's an issue.
Yeah, if you're going southbound on
And-
Dixie,
That's,
you get to that corner, there's no right turn on red.
I'm thinking leaving our property, exiting, egressing onto Dixie from
that might be.
from that east exit, not the south exit, the east end. I do believe there's a sign that says no left turn. You do.
Has to do with how
Becomes an
close you are to
issue.
the intersection.
Excuse me.
Has to do with how close you are with the
We
intersection.
can look at it.
And my second question. How long have you had your other locations?
We just have the one and we've been open, 13 months. Okay, yeah.
You haven't had any issues with the franchise at all?
No, they've been very,
They've been supportive.
very, very supportive.
That's all I have.
We are not the number one studio. Like that.
Okay, congratulations.
Thanks.
Yeah, Mount Greenwood would eat this up.
Yes.
And we're actually on the street with no parking lot, right on the 111. Lots of traffic. But yeah, no issues.
I'm sure that gets challenging. Mr. Chairman, back to you.
Okay.
I think you were gonna open.
Anybody in the audience have any questions they would like to have? Yes, sir. Please tell us your name and address.
Perry, 2030, 100. My first question, the 24 hour, if you get like that area, supernova. That very attractive area, and I would say that it's with yeah. So I would say looking at 36 years. But every business hours, we're like a statement, traffic going. So what's a visual, like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? With, like, I also don't know, I'm looking at like steamed up windows or what kind of lights are in there. I don't prefer LEDs there, but anyways, that's my first thing.
Yep, so the lighting inside the studio is mostly, I think it's halogen. I would have to double check on the type of lighting, but off hours, we do like at our other studio, just for a little bit of privacy and just to get rid of some of the light. We do have shades that we pull down when staff is not there, just so that the members that are coming late get some privacy. I mean, you have the door still there. But other than that, there's nothing super bright there. They actually have very specific calculations on what our lighting can be in the studio that's given to us by the franchise. I'm not sure about the lighting in the parking lot though, or what's there.
We don't have any anticipated changing or increasing the light. Unless it's called for city safety. I respect the aims of the city. If I'd like to make the whole shine on it, that much more. I know their store frontage is about 20 feet. The particular markets of actual windows that are exposed for the greatest interior light will only be about 20 feet wide.
Yes, there will be an illuminated sign, above the door.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that. Say.
Two things I'd say to that is their peak hours are similar to Mario's, agree with that. Which knowing that, and we run that business as well, that's actually our business operating side there. 80% of their customers or of the revenue is delivery. So you don't have as many customers coming in, it's just delivery. So there is foot traffic, there is car traffic, won't deny that, but it is mostly our road stuff going. The second thing is they operate, their peak hours are outside of Midwest Express offering, peak hours. As an urgent care, you have peak hours per se, but they're not open that late, so they're going to be more day business, which seems their peak hours is more evening, so people they'd offset. And then once again, we own the parking lot directly across of a very well lit, well signalized intersection block. If people need to overflow park over to that spot, we've already discussed that with the animal vet during their non-operating hours. If there's overflow parking, that's where we go if it does become an issue. I think if people were to use that alley, they would then be heading west, which don't see much of a benefit rather than just egressing through the normal access on 183rd to head west. I don't see it as an advantage where it's been used. Me knowing this building for the last 14 years, I don't think I've seen it yet. Did put a higher curve in there in the alleyway, so it is quite difficult to drive over that in one try. And there is about 3 feet of landscaping between our parking lot and that alleyway. Never had an issue with anyone doing what you're suggesting. I understand the concern, and if it's something we need to address, I think we're open to, but just haven't seen an issue. Don't speak about exactly, but I think it's a concern. I think our company is a family company. It's 40+ years. There's concerns, things that we need to address with the city every time. Landscaping, we understand it's a very prominent intersection. The concerns of landscaping, lighting, signage. If you're Ryan Leaf, been before you guys many times, he represents the property more often than I, he's on vacation. Has always addressed concerns that we have. Increasing landscape, beautification, lighting, unique. We're available. Not going. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And I will give you our contact information at the landlord level, so if you have any concerns, you can directly reach out to us, anything problem related. You to make sure that on everything.
Thank you. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, I'm not gonna try to put you at that. I think there is gonna be one rooftop unit because of their needed capacity. You have to put some units on the ground, eight on the ground. Eight on the top. One thing I'd say that you can speak to a business model yourself is the amount of people that come late night. A lot of times anticipate being at home.
Yeah, so so because of the lesser use in the evening, the studio does not get as hot, and even in the, it does not get as hot, so I would not expect it to kick on as much, but I would. Typically don't.
And if there's things that once we put the units in, if we need to add some sort of dampering fences around it, or closures to try to minimize that. And be receptive to that.
Air conditioning, ground room.
Right now, it's on the roof, but to her point of the increased capacity needed due to their use, I don't think we can put a unit large enough on the roof, structural wise, structural support, engineering, size wise. So we're gonna talk to her contractor, we need some sort of split systems. Gonna have a unit on the roof, that most likely have an additional unit on the ground, just like. And that unit on the ground would just be a fan, and down furnace.
Anybody else? Anybody else on the board have anything else? They'd like to add?
I have a question for staff.
haven't seen their plans or any sort of business projections, so anything that would be. Someone driving by and seeing it, speaking as a citizen. I've been to one, unfortunately, but they don't seem to be too busy. They typically have a doctor or two on staff.
There's a comment in the recommended section. Upgraded paint, what does that refer to?
Upgraded,
Upgraded paints, PANES, as in glass, I would have. It's on page 13. Page 13 on the right-hand side of the gray box. Sorry?
oh,
Yeah, it's the electrical
Referring to
panels.
the electrical panels.
Yeah.
With the upgrade of the electrical system.
Okay. I didn't know because of the heat.
Yeah.
Something to do with the glass paints
It's the
panels. Okay. No other.
You're gonna have how many people on staff at any given time?
2 to 3. So one manager, total, we have one manager and then 3 to 5, associates. But at any shift, there's, we try to keep it around 2 and maybe 3 for like an hour overlap, just for shift change.
Okay, so at the most. You could have possibly 5 employees there at one time,
No, so 2, so
or just 3.
the max is 3 at one time.
Okay,
And then that third person is really just there as during shift change.
Right.
And then the bulk of the hours is 2.
yeah, because we know how busy Marcos is. Because we don't know what the Midwest Care Clinic is gonna bring as far as car traffic. And your peak hours. Your peak hours between
5 and 8, so it's the
5 and 8 PM.
after work hours.
Between, say, midnight and 5 AM. Do you have any idea how many customers you would normally have?
Very few, so I think it under 10%, so anywhere between 5 to 10% of the membership base, so. It depends on the day too, right? So a lot of people, Monday through Wednesday is a very good workout day for a lot of people. By Friday, you're not, you're not coming in, so it could change day to day as well.
Well, because again, my concern is a 24-hour opening. Since it is, yes, it's a busy corner, but it's also adjacent to a residential area.
Yes.
On both sides of 183rd, you've got residents.
Our current studio, so we have our earliest person comes at about 4 AM. And the latest, typically around midnight. So there is hours in there that nobody comes, but again, it depends on the day and obviously the membership base.
Okay, with that in mind, could we limit the hours?
We cannot based on the franchise model. We are,
doesn't allow that.
yeah.
But you said normally between certain hours, there's nobody.
Typically, not to say they can't come, but
Right.
yeah,
Right.
but typical use, we have not seen it at our other location. But it could be very different depending on location, so.
So staffing hours, 11 to 8, Monday through Thursday. And then 9 to 6 on Fridays. And 9 to 2 on Saturday. And nobody on Sunday.
Correct.
But if somebody, a member wants to come on Sunday, they would have access.
Yes.
With your other location, do you find many people going on Sunday, you know?
Yes, typically in the morning. And actually every other week, we actually go on Sundays to do just a reset. Just to make sure that, there's some presence there, because depending upon the member's schedule, there are members that we never see. And so we kind of like to get in front of them and just let them know that, hey, we're here. You're not just doing this by yourself. So,
Yeah,
There's-
typically on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
In downtown Homer, it's pretty quiet.
yeah. So you will get a few, definitely not as busy as the other days, but yes, you do have people who can only work out on Sunday, so.
Nobody else on board has any other questions or comments?
I just have a reservation. I mean, the maximum capacity with 10 saunas and 3 people as stated in the materials is 30. And so the extreme would be if 30 people were in your facility. We still have to deal with Marco's activity and the clinic. Traffic wise. And problematic.
There's 40 minutes.
Plus you have the overflow across the street.
There's 40 expressed in one location, but there's 37 expressed back on the application, so I don't know what the actual difference is, but it's.
Do you have any idea what across the street would do?
Page 17. The
About how many
non-residential
spaces?
zoning review has 37 parking places. It doesn't matter whether it's 40 or 37, it's the volume during the peak hours that I'm concerned with.
Well, the place in the bank, I forget the name. Hey, how about,
Serendipity, yoga, no, hey, are you talking are you talking about veterinary?
oh, and, who's on the corner, US Bank?
Yes,
Yeah.
They also have,
the yoga studio.
yoga. Okay, do we have any idea what their traffic is like?
We've got a huge park.
They have a huge parking lot.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, her studio, I do yoga there, 22, 23 is the maximum plus the teacher. Yeah. So about the same number.
Thank you. I don't have anything else. If, somebody's ready to make a motion?
One last question for staff. Staff, next step would be approve and send a positive recommendation, goes to the board.
That's the code for you. Then after that, they will look through the, since process their fire department. Building inspector.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Okay.
You ready? Recommend approval of case 2603, a request for a special use permit to allow the operation of an indoor commercial place of assembly at 2000 West 183rd Street, subject to the following conditions. 1, submit load calculations for the proposed business, including specifications of any upgraded panels or other electrical fixtures at the time of building permit submittal. And 2, submit third-party testing approval, i.e. UL listings, of any sauna fixture at the time of building permit submittal. And incorporate the findings of fact into the record.
Okay, we have a motion by member Johnson. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, member O'Brien. Roll call?
Member Monson,
Yes.
Member Bransky,
You know, my traffic concerns to the village board, let them figure it out, and I'm gonna vote yes.
Member O'Brien,
Oh,
Member Johnson,
Yes.
Member Hess,
Yes.
Chairman Zeta.
Yes.
As if the next step is.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you and good luck.
Good luck. Thank you. Think it worked.
I'm ready for some yoga.
Hope you're ready for the next.
Yes. You're on time, it's like, my God. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Business.
All right, next case is case number 2604. Special use permit for an indoor commercial place of assembly at 2139 West 183rd Street. The applicant is Larissa Ships. Here, okay. Have you come up to the podium, please? This case was also published in the February 11th edition of the Daily South Town. Have we gotten any comments on this one? No, okay. So you are requesting a place of assembly, you're basically requesting a workout studio, right?
A wellness studio, yes.
All right, tell us in your own words what you'd like to do there, please.
Oh, do you need to swear me in?
Yeah.
Yes.
This were,
Your name and address?
My name is Larissa Ships. I reside at 1407 Dixie Highway, Baltimore.
Okay, and you swear the testimony you're going to give is going to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so good evening. I am a certified yoga instructor and a wellness professional based here in Homewood, Boston, Illinois. I am seeking approval for a small boutique yoga and Pilates studio focused on wellness, mobility, and stress reduction. Of course, the address is 2139 West 183rd, so it's connected to the Domino's. It is a boutique studio, so it's pretty small. It's about almost 2,000 square feet. It's like 1983. It's quiet. It's a service-based studio where classes are scheduled. It has limited attendance. Classes are capped at small group sizes, so usually about 8 to 12 people per class. The space is designed to be calm and quiet. There's no alcohol, no late night activity, no amplified music. It supports physical health as well as mental well-being, community connection, and I believe it aligns with Homewood's family-oriented and wellness-focused vision. Okay, again, it's a yoga studio as well as a Pilates studio. We offer small group classes. You do have to register online or reserve your space, so we know who's coming beforehand. We'll have some mostly classes, and then we'll also have some small wellness events for the community. For example, I do teach like mommy and me yoga, prenatal yoga. I do a lot of teen, women, young girl events, just mindfulness, journaling. It's designed to be very quiet, very intimate, and it's physical wellness, but it also is a lot of mental and emotional wellness. I am also a certified emotional or SEL, so a social emotional learning instructor. So I work with a lot of kids that have social emotional learning issues. I teach them mindful movement, mindful play. I work at several gyms throughout the HF community. I'm at the HF Rapid Center where I teach yoga. I'm at the Jitsu gym. I teach yoga there. I'm also possibly, hopefully, if they hire me, I'll be teaching yoga at Wiz Kids this summer, which is at HF. So, I mean, this is my community, this is my home, I have young children, they practice yoga. And well as Pilates and other mindful movement activities. So yeah, that's the gist of it.
Member Castaneda, would you like to start this thing?
Yes. I guess I'll just kick off. It's going to be parking. That's going to be the thing that people are mostly going to have concerns about.
Yes.
And so I see it both. So I know that you're requesting a variance for one parking space.
Right, because we only.
'Cause-
the 7.
Right, so only technically in the code require 7, but if you're having a peak of 25 to 30 people, that would put quite a bit more pressure on that. However, I understand that we do have that village-owned lot and the whole conundrum of the fact that in order to have businesses, you need to have people, and without allowing businesses to open, then the building is going to be vacant for another 12 years. So I'm
And just a point of
Interested to-
clarification, this is a boutique business. The space will hold 25 to 30 people. I will never book a class for 25 to 30 people. For one, it's boutique, which means it's intimate, it's small. It's instructor led, so it's always gonna be me, which is I'm a certified wellness coach as well as a certified yoga instructor. I also have Pilates instructors. Everybody's certified. It's hands-on. It's no way I can hands-on and teach and correct 30 people at one time. It just would not happen. So that's why I said normally when they're booking, the class is gonna max out at 12.
Mhm.
And that's just if 12 people book, it might be 5 or 6, which is normal for some of my classes, because I do smaller classes.
Okay.
So even if we had a wellness event, it would never be that many people. Yes, it would never be that many people, but the parking lot across the street, of course, that is an option. Also, I know we share the space with Domino's, but our hours are, the only issue would probably be in the evening, and I wouldn't even say that's an issue because they're open pretty late, like I think 10 and 11, we wouldn't be open that late. The studio would close probably at 7. We normally do the majority of our classes in the morning, which Domino's is not open in the morning. We're gonna be open from 6. Usually in the morning, our peak is like 6 to 8 or 9. You know, people try to get their yoga and meditation and stuff in before work. And then it'll slow down during the day. And then of course in the evening, it'll pick back up, and then we'll have Saturday classes.
Probably the biggest pressure time you'll have is around like that after work time, and then Saturday mornings as well, with Blueberry Hill taking up probably most of that public parking. But I understand the conundrum, like you want businesses to open, and for better or for worse in the suburbs, people drive their cars, not everybody's gonna be walking into a business, so I understand the concern. It does make me feel a little bit better that you're saying like the max class size would be about 12 as
Yeah.
opposed to like the 25 to 30, so.
I don't think we can fit 30 mats on the floor.
Okay.
Like the way we're gonna have it set up, people, it's just mats, yoga mats, and we want people to have space.
Mhm.
And it's intimate. I mean, it's instructor led. We're not selling anything. We're selling wellness and physical health and mental. That's what we're selling. That's what I'm selling. So yeah, so I've never even taught a class with 30 people, even on top.
Angela, did we get any responses from any of from a mailing that went out for this business at all? That's all I have for now. I might have more, but just wanted to kick off the parking conversation.
Member Johnson?
I think, Elizabeth covered most questions I had. Parking is always the big bug of people with this. The parking that's across the street, that's the parking behind Blueberry Hill.
Yes,
Okay.
that's
Are they, and those are, in your experience, those are used mostly for the business, for those businesses?
That's what it's a lot by license.
Mhm. Is there signage that says additional parking for lessons?
License.
Very true. 100% true. Take all the spaces.
License also has its, its speed signals after 6, so given it's after 6.
Yeah, I only have one question. I think. Do you, I think you mentioned that you were obviously ADA accessible.
Yes.
And I thought I saw somewhere, do you do adaptive yoga also? Or is that no? Okay.
Maybe I will one day. I'm constantly adding and getting certifications.
Mhm.
And it was very important to me to make sure I was certified, because I know you can teach yoga without being certified. But I wouldn't open a business without having an actual certification for what I'm teaching.
Right.
And the service that I'm providing.
I don't have it.
Member O'Brien.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I like your application. Following up on Member Johnson's question regarding ADA, on page 31, it says ADA accessible yoga. What would that be? Someone in a wheelchair?
Someone that might have a disability or some type of limitation. Or I have done, but we don't consider this ADA, senior yoga, or like chair yoga where somebody has to like sit down, and they can't do all of the moves. If somebody has like a really severe disability or physical disability, I'm not certified to teach that. I mean, again, I could, but I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that.
No, that's specialized.
Yes, that's specialized. Yes, that's specialized. So, I mean, if it's a senior, which we will offer senior classes, they will have, if they have stools or chairs, or they'll sit on the floor if they're able to. It's just a lot more mild mannered. It's not a lot of stretching, and it's just depend on their physical ability, I guess, but not somebody that's severely disabled. Or like in a wheelchair, you need to like lift them off or something like that.
You're putting in a new front door?
Back door. So the back door is like a metal door that you cannot see through. It's like an industrial door. So the owner is gonna replace the door with, glass doors.
That's the one facing the parking lot.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
and that's gonna be ADA compliant.
yes, the door will be, yes,
Okay.
and then the bathroom, as well, but.
I have one question on page 39 for staff. There's a drawing, Ray, I can't read it on the materials. What is that drawn out?
Oh, that's the bathroom. Oh, which one? The circle or the circle?
This one,
That's storage for storage.
No, that's the actual door, because we're connected to Domino's, so it's a front entrance and a back entrance. And we share the front entrance. That's the actual door. You go out of our door, or what would be our door, and then you're like in a little corridor area. And then it's another door for Domino's, and then it's a third door for the street.
that'll remain an access?
Yes, that will remain an exit, yes.
Okay.
So patrons can enter from the front door or from the back. But normally, once class starts, we'll lock the door so people won't walk in and out. But they can enter from the front, the same as Domino's. They have a front and a back.
Okay. My last question, I just want to clarify on page 34, the review. Nothing is checked off. The request use is special. And the new construction, there's none. And further down, the site circulation or parking impacted, yes, would be the answer. And down at the bottom, the applicant requests a variance. I just want to clarify that for the record. No other questions.
Okay. Member Branscombe.
I like your application as well. It's, we don't have any big concerns. I think our biggest concern is your patrons. Stress they're gonna accumulate just getting there and parking. Because unfortunately, people don't behave so well back there. And they just park wherever. So
Okay.
the stress just going to pick up and carry out at fast.
Well, hopefully, majority, people, yoga is really like, people like to get it in early before they start their day. So my hope is people will come early before classes opens, before dominant is open. They'll get their meditation, they'll get their breath work, we'll get some movement in. And then the seniors like to come early anyway. They 6 a.m. Like those classes for me are always, I teach a 6 a.m. yoga at the HF Racket Center. And they like to get in and get out. So I feel like the morning is gonna be good for us. Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm not, hopefully, I don't see that you're gonna really clash. Not too much. No real questions. I think everything looks good to me.
Looks like a good use of this space, finally.
Yes, I'm excited. Yeah, and the Pilates too, I know we don't have a Pilates studio that's anywhere, I think the closest one is in Frankfurt. A lot of people have been asking for the Pilates. So in addition to the yoga, we will be doing mat Pilates and just kind of bringing something new, fresh to the
You
area.
won't be having reformers.
What
or
is the
anything like that.
Pilates?
Pilates it's a form of like muscle workout. It originally started on the mat, so it's not like yoga. Yoga is a lot more slow and mindful. Pilates is just kind of like, I would say like the next step up. It's a lot of core work. It's a lot of muscle toning, small weights or body weighted. So we won't have any equipment. We will have mats and maybe like some bands. We don't even use ropes. So just really minimal equipment. And to answer your question, no reformers. This is gonna be mat. This is original Pilates. Reformers are, that's.
Wait.
Yeah, for now it's just mat Pilates and yoga. So it's very minimal. We'll have mats so people can bring their mats. I mean, it's just like it's a white box space. It doesn't really require much.
Sounds like a good use.
That's it.
Well, that's it. Thank you.
Sir, did you have any questions?
Sure. I did. My name's Gary Weisberger, address is 183. Say Harwood, then on the Ledge. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to hear what the business was. Kind of clarify exactly what you're going to go in. I wasn't sure if the business that's in that parking lot or extended.
Yeah, Domino, it's adjacent, so we share a wall.
Who's going to clarify that? You addressed my question that I would have on the parking lot there. Which is going to be your primary entrance. The south side of the building, down the slide or something.
It's gonna be the south side, so the dominant slide.
Yeah. So, yeah, I know parking is gonna be over, it's good. Hours. Area, especially 5 years, 9, it's, I had to pick up some clothes or big snacks once a night for the night, get my car here, to pick up these massive boxes. So it's good that this for always gonna err and Saturday. Right from the house right there. One suggestion I have for that parking lot too. I've noticed recently that they moved one spot to allow access to that alleyway as like a setting. It's not really marked. I see like big trucks just park right there. Put something in on their parts to kind of clarify that's the way because I've seen tons of accidents trying to leave on Harwood up there. It's just one spot. It's all parking. If the cars don't have space and you can't get out anyway. So it was a way to clarify the same things.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, my turn. Now it says you've got 14 parking places.
Total, yes, the whole lot holds 14 between, so it's split between what would be my business and the doctor.
Right. I can't imagine 14 parking places in that, but
It's 14. We count. It's a tight 14.
Yeah.
But it's 14.
so is there's 7 up, like closer to the doors? And then 7 behind?
I want to say it's more closer to the doors. I think it's like 8 and is it even?
Hmm.
I don't know. I think it's- Okay, so it might be 7 and 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I feel like some of them might be wider than others.
And I'm willing to have most of Domino's business is carryouts.
Yes. It is.
Oh, that-
I mean, they have a sit down area.
And I don't think I've ever seen anybody use the front door of either of those locations.
It's always open though, because we did try it.
Right.
It's always open. People could walk up that way if they wanted to.
Okay, so you're proposing your hours to be from 6 AM to 8 PM, Monday through Saturday. And from 6 to 12 on Sunday.
Yes.
Well, 6 to 12 on Sunday, you think you're gonna have a fight for parking because of the Pancake House. That's their main, on Sunday especially, that's their prime hours. But there is a parking lot directly behind.
Yes.
And I don't know, is the bike shop's not open on Sunday? I don't think. Yeah, I know Lassen's can use it after a certain hour.
My shop is closed on Sundays and Mondays. Wow.
There you go, Darlene, with the.
You beat me to the punch. I was
Yeah.
doing it
okay,
too.
right.
So parking shouldn't be an issue then. You're gonna have 5 employees working at the same time?
No, absolutely not. It's usually one instructor, whoever is the instructor. I'm speaking at 5 total.
Total?
So it'll probably be, I'm a yoga instructor and then we'll have a Pilates instructor, probably 2 Pilates instructors and 2 additional yoga instructors, and one of them will probably serve as like my admin person. So it'll be 5 total employees, including myself, which
Okay, how many would be working at one time?
just one. It would be one instructor to every 12 participants or customers.
Okay, so if there's only gonna be 12 people signed up, you might be the only one working there.
Yes, I would be the only one leading the class, yes. So people would come in, I would get them checked in, they get on their mats, and then once class closes, nobody can walk in or people might leave early, but nobody can come in late once a yoga class starts or once a Pilates class starts.
And how long is a average yoga class?
It's about 45 to 50 minutes.
And I don't see any problems with this one. huh? You have a feel for when your peak hours are? You said you work at other places.
It's usually between 6 a.m. and about 9 p.m. That's when a lot of people they like to get their workout or yoga in before they head to work. And then it'll drop during the day. So normally we won't offer classes, or maybe one depending on if people register or not. We might offer like a class around lunchtime, because sometimes, especially people that work from home, they're like, oh, I'll run out, take a 40-minute, 30-minute, whatever yoga class. We could make it an express class, or it could be a little bit shorter. So maybe one around lunch, and then normally it picks back up in the evenings once people get off work, so 4:30, 5 o'clock. But then by 7, nobody's trying to do yoga at 7 o'clock. It's pretty much over by then. And then the Saturdays it'll be more during the day, but it just depends on the need and the demand. You know, people will have to pre-register, so we'll know who's coming. It's not a drop-in. You don't do type of drop-ins or pop-ups. You have to register online, and we know
Oh,
that you're coming.
okay. That was my next question. You don't have to be a member or anything.
We will have member packages, but we also have drop-ins. But even if you're a member, you have to pre-register for a class, because remember, our classes only hold 12 people. So if it's full, then it's gonna say you have to go on the wait list, or this class is no longer available. So they're not just gonna show up to take the class because the class is full.
Okay, so you know in advance how many people are gonna be in that particular class.
Absolutely. So at 6 a.m., I know that it's 10 people coming to do morning meditation. I know it, we're ready to go. So nobody's dropping in. It's not any type of 24-hour access. Yeah, it's pre-scheduled. Whole thing is pre-scheduled.
Thank you. Anybody else have any other questions or comments? And nobody's left in the audience. Did you have anything, sir, all the way in the back? No, okay. Are we ready for a motion?
Certainly. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make that motion.
Hmm.
Recommend approval of case 26-04, request for special use permit to allow the operation of an indoor commercial place of assembly at 2141 West 183rd Street, subject to the following conditions. Number 1, the applicant receives approval for an administrative variance to reduce the on-site parking requirement by 1 parking space, and to incorporate the findings fact into the record, of which there are 6.
Okay, we have a motion by member Ransky and a second by member O'Brien. Roll call, please.
Member Alfonso,
Yes.
member Ramsey,
Yes.
member O'Brien,
Yes.
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 Good luck.
Chairman.
Yes. Thank you very much and good luck.
Good luck.
I appreciate you all. Come do yoga, please.
Yeah. Right. When are you planning on opening?
Should be April.
Oh, good.
Pretty
So,
soon. It's a white box, so it's pretty much ready to go. Chad just has to keep it there. Painted it.
awesome.
Good to go. Great.
I'll wait for your pizza and yoga special.
Yeah. Yeah, I did have that wonder. I wonder if your classes are gonna smell like pizza.
So, but he just told me on it, because I was like, now we sit there, I was like, but they have to put the drywall up, and he did just put it in the big track, and so he assured me that I wasn't gonna smell pizza. So, and then when I went again, it did appear to do yoga, so I'm like,
Yeah, yeah. I missed it, but do you have a name for this business?
it'll be Purpose Flow.
Purpose Flow?
Yeah, Purpose Flow, wellness, yoga, and life. Yeah, fully instructed.
Great.
So if I sign up, I can't bring my pizza in.
Absolutely not.
So until after.
You gotta get your pizza after.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do yoga, then go reward yourself, and then go get some pizza.
Thank you.
Thank
Anything else for us tonight?
That's fine.
Well, before we go any further, I think we should recognize Darren. Yes,
Do that.
she was profiled in the current issue of the key.
Oh, you, I haven't read it yet.
Yeah.
And
The article.
she did,
Darlene.
you know, not only that, she didn't,
You got that,
she didn't tell us that she,
Yeah, so third.
I would get mine, I had mine in my house, yeah.
and she
So
didn't
if I
tell,
get mine, can I get mine, bring it here and give it autographed?
If you want your sign of for chicken scratch, I will do that.
I was gonna remind it that did the same thing.
I thank you for your help.
well, and you didn't tell us that we're fellow Floridians. You're Tampa, I'm Miami.
Well, if there's nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Third.
All in favor, aye.
Hi.
8:45.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Also, meeting class section.
Yeah, because, restrictions of.
They suck off fees, they